You know, the other day I was worried about something, then I forgot what I was worried about, and became worried about what it could be that I was worried about. Anyway, unrelated, but I've bought myself a planner. Today I'm talking about the new novella from Rob J. Hayes, Blood Brothers Beyond. This is my first read from Hayes, and I'm delighted about how it went. I'm trying out KINTSUGI for this video. If you're new here, I'm trying something new in each video, or certainly something different than simply speaking about a book. KINTSUGI is the art of repairing something broken to make it more beautiful than before. KINTSUGI meaning joining with gold. I should say, I hadn't intended for this video to coincide with this book, but here, as they say, we are. So the book, there's humour from the get-go. The main character is my style of character, an obnoxious, used-up man of violence with some regrets stemming from a damaged past. I don't care what the story is. If that's who we're following on this journey, fill up the cup, sir. I've a thirst. This story is of a couple of old friends climbing a mountain to bury a friend. Each chapter starts with a haiku, and as a fan of haikus, I think I can say, he hits the traditional tone well. From the haiku to the almost self-contained chapter style, there's a formula to this novella, which makes each chapter a tasty morsel, best enjoyed immediately after another. This story is about the boys, well after the good old days, laced with regret and folded over with unspent energy. This story is a powder keg by chapter 2, and the fuse is lit shortly thereafter. There's a great story here, but the power comes from the rumination, nostalgia, the pain from an old wound. I think this is important to note, as I haven't read the previous books in the series, but it felt real to me. I presume if these twice-told tales are contained in the previous entries, they may hit even harder, though I'd find that difficult to believe, because they're good enough on their own, which I suppose is a boilerplate compliment for Robert J. Hayes, as insofar as I understand it, he's known to stand tallest in the standalone field. The Japanese aesthetic can be done poorly. Like, imagine I went hard with a Japanese-style song for this video. Cringe, right? Maybe even insulting? But the gentle use of a torii-gate here, and a period-perfect outfit description there, meant it wasn't a costume safari as might be a case if crafted by a less careful writer. I love Kurosawa, I love anime, I'm no expert, but reading this story is to know briefly as someone who understands precisely what it is about Eastern storytelling that inspires us also. I went to Japan earlier this year, even climbed a very large hill filled with torii gates. It was one of my many dreams I'd been trying to achieve alongside getting an agent's attention, and of course looking less appalling naked. I did a lot of reading about the land and the people. There was one term that stuck with me, ikigai, which roughly translates to purpose, your reason for living. I'd been trying to figure that out myself, my ikigai. I do need to stop these self-indulgent tangents and stick to talking about the book, so I'll put a pin in this one by saying something I really admire about Hayes. It's that his ikigai is so evident, so clear as to be undeniable. Rob needs to write, and I'm glad he does. This book rocked. A few things I loved. There's a good amount of gore, a detailed yet swift description of blood and bone separated by steel, as is the fashion of well-done grimdark. The donkey, though lacking any dialogue, is very outspoken. Main character energy. There was a fight stance used early in the story where each attack was described in the past tense from the enemy's perspective. It gave an evocative show of how quickly this stance was used. And by the crescendo of this book, one thing seemed abundantly clear. The boys are back in town. So, in conclusion, as you can see, the finished product is less than perfect. I'm talking about this bowl, not the book. Will I use this bowl for its intended use? Absolutely not. Much like the leather jackets I bought when I was young and can no longer wear due to my monarchic diet, I will simply admire it from afar. Anyway, thanks Rob. Great book. Cheers.